folks, welcome to the Stoney Ridge Farm Channel. We are at the Fall Fence Forum here in Worthington, Indiana at Farm Fence Solutions Merriweather. While we're building fences, it's a fencing competition. These guys are kicking butt and we're gonna have some fun today. Woo!
I ain't afraid of work, I ain't afraid of play, I ain't afraid to get the job done and do it my own damn way. I ain't afraid of life, times like this. If you mess with my freedom, I'll tell you just what you can kiss. That's right.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm Channel. Today is gonna be different. It's gonna be fun. We're on day 2 of the fencing competition and the Farm Fence Forum at Farm Fence Solutions out in Worthington, Indiana. We've got a bunch of really cool fence building machines. We're about to start building fence here in just a minute. The competition starts about 9:30. It's about 9:25, something like that. So we got all these machines right here. We're gonna be out knocking posts in the ground. There's a certain spec that we have to meet. We'll walk you through all that spec. We'll tell you who won, and we'll show you guys what's going on, as well as some awesome product demos during the videos. Yesterday's competition was awesome. That was singles, hand digging, hand everything. Today, we've got the big machines out and we're gonna have a blast. So, got these guys in from, where are you guys from? Got some Washington fellas up here. Nice. This is Cowboy Construction guys. We're gonna introduce you to everybody right here. We got Sebring Jessup right here. Sebring. Good morning, Sebring. We got one of the main judges, Hugh, right here from Strainright. Awesome. We got some guys from over the pond here. Good to see you. We're gonna be kicking some butt today.
Don't know about that.
Good stuff. Very humble, guys. Get ready. We're gonna have some fun. This is gonna be great. All right, guys, they're off. The competition has started and we've already got a lot of our posts in the ground. These post driving machines really make this go fast. If you watched yesterday's video, it went very slow in the post department. Pretty interesting stuff. So they're going down and they're setting their post on the end right here, and then they'll start working their way back through. These ProTech post drivers are just something super, super cool. We're gonna walk around and get a little bit of awesome footage for you, show you what's going on. Well, we're gonna go down here to the end and we'll have Hugh kind of walk us through a little bit.
Okay, well, this is the end assembly, strainer post, where the wires are all terminated. So we're looking at nice even termination knots. And you look down here, and these ones, they're all the same distance out.
Nice,
And they've got them all looking.
So when you look straight down, it should be like looking through the eye of a needle right there.
The way this ranch brace is fitted, it's got a good tight fit. It's just about like a cabinet maker does this, how they get it looking so good. And that's been planed to get the chainsaw marks out.
So the spec here is a plain wire up top, along with the net wire, which you see right here, and then a plain wire down at the bottom right there. And those are all the way through to the end. Then a barbed wire 2 inches off the top of the post, with a chamfer about 3/4 of an inch.
We've used a half round here, so you have the flat side against the soil and get a nice tight fit in there, and the stay should be in the centre of the stay block in both directions.
And we're what, 6 inches below grade here?
Yeah, minimum of 6 inches down. Yeah, these staples, we're looking for them all been even, so angled a bit and down the centre of the post.
Now, there's something else that we're looking at right here, where the transition is from the bottom of this hill. So there's a dip here, and there's a heaving force that pushes up on the post.
We've got what we call a swinging foot, so there's a bit of wood on the end of that wire, and then that's strained up. Like they put as much pressure on as they can and then staple it off, so that just stops any lift on that post.
All this needs to be a certain tension too. Is there a tension that this must be?
Yeah, it's hard to tension on barb and that, but we actually, with the wire netting, you've got to pull on each wire to make sure they're all even, and sometimes if they're not, that you can feel that one of them isn't as tight. That's a corner post or an angle post, and it's been held in position with the breastplate there, which is again a half round, but not dug in quite as deep. It's only dug in 2 inches.
Tell us about the spec on this gate.
Now the gate had to be hung so the top rail was level with the top of the strainer post, just off the 45, which they've drawn it, and you just put it on the fence side of the 45-degree angle.
Gotcha.
And when it slams around here, it's about the thickness of that pipe should hit on the post.
It's a steep hill, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying day 2 of the fencing competition. You got some wood in the game here, right? This is American Timber and Steel.
Wood.
Yep.
Timber posts. Yeah,
Timber post guys. So
yes, sir.
you guys are out of Norwalk, Ohio. You arguably build the highest quality wood fence posts in the country. Been to your factory in Nacogdoches, Texas.
Yes, sir.
Got some new stuff going on up there in Ohio.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, so tell us a little bit about American Timber and Steel.
So American Timber and Steel, in a quick recap, started in 1983 building wood guardrail post and offset block for one customer, and 40 years plus later,
Yeah, here we
here we are, yeah.
So this is like 40th anniversary.
This is 40th anniversary.
So we had 20th anniversary on the Wood Defender and 40th anniversary here.
Yes, and Steve's a 30-year plus veteran with American
Steve,
Timber
right
and
over
Steel.
there.
There's
Steve's
Steve.
30-year plus, and then
6 years, I
6
think,
years?
for Paul, and I've been here
Paul,
about
yeah.
14, so
Gotcha.
about 50 years of experience here.
lots of
combined.
experience, combined experience. That's a good way to make it sound like
Doesn't
you guys know what
Isn't
you're
it?
doing.
That's right.
They do know what they're doing.
Right. Yes,
I want to roll
sir.
some footage of these packs of posts going into a pressure it looks like a giant pressure canner, but it's
cylinder,
a
yeah.
pressure cylinder.
Yeah, pressure treated. So all of our posts, like what we see behind us here, are all pressure treated.
Nice.
Tags will say 0.40 retention, CCA that is,
Okay.
which has been a chemical preservative in use for 100+ years.
Okay.
So it's proven when implemented properly, like the way American Timber and Steel does, it'll have a long service life, which is what all these guys here are looking for and their customers are.
And part of your claim to fame is that you guys use southern yellow pine. Here's some pictures of southern yellow pine, the loblolly pine, which is what we grow on the Stoney Ridge farm also.
Okay. Awesome.
So we're putting in second generation loblolly pine over a whole lot of the farm. And this pine it provides consistency, more consistency with the penetration of the CCA treatment, is that right?
And strength.
And
It's
strength
the,
also?
The loblolly is the strongest of the 4 subspecies of southern yellow pine. So that's why we're making the posts from the best of the best.
Nice.
The strongest, it'll take the preservative fully to the heartwood, which means that all the sapwood has penetration retention in it.
Gotcha.
Again, feeding into that service life.
Right. So
Want it to last.
It's penetration all the way through the post versus penetration this deep in a lower quality post.
Sap
something
layer,
like
right?
that.
Some species of northern pine, red pine, things like that.
Uptake it.
Might only have an inch of penetration into the sapwood, and the rest is untreated. So.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Drying the post before treatment is also critical.
Gotcha.
And that's why the scale we operate on, American Timber and Steel does, we can always ensure that the posts are to the right moisture content for when we pressure treat on them.
Nice.
Again, adding to that service life.
There will be a link at the end of this video to how fence posts are made. I think you guys will really like that video. There's a whole lot going on there.
And you built some of fence with our
yep,
posts, which
yep.
I'm sure
Absolutely.
followers have seen. And
held up really good. Post driver, I mean, we're hitting rock, hitting them and bashing these posts in, and people are asking me, do we need to sharpen the end of the post? The answer is no. If you've got a good post driver and a good high quality post, it doesn't come apart when you hit it with a gigantic post driver. So
Right. Yeah.
thank you guys for being a huge sponsor of this event. Guys, this is for education, this is for teaching, this is for sharing knowledge, this is for betterment of the industry, the fencing industry, ag fencing industry. And not only do you guys do ag fence posts, you also do guardrail posts. Odds are if you've driven by a wooden guardrail post anywhere in the country, it's probably come from American Timber and Steel. And odds are if you guys are also building utility poles too, right?
We do utility poles. We do the residential side of things. We have treated split rail and round rail with doweled ends that can be used for perimeter boundary type fencing.
Gotcha.
Timber guide rails and guardrails we're heavily into. Utility poles, pretty much if it's southern yellow pine and it's treated, it's something that we deal in.
Nice. So we can go to, bam, we're number ATIM.
Call this number.
Call that number. These guys can service you. You can buy it directly from the factory, is that right? And ship it right to your place?
Yep. Paul
Just
and I
like-
and Trey out of Texas. You may remember meeting Trey years ago. We'll be happy to service you. Steve as well, of course. He's leading the parade, so to speak.
And they also have
right. And where's your hat? Wait, what happened to the
coolest
hat?
shades right here. American Timber and Steel shades. Check it out. Oh, wait, what? Wait, I only got a hat too. So, hat and shades. This is not sponsored. Not
This is
at all.
not sponsored. just good loyal
Hey, good to see you.
friendship,
Hey,
man.
buddy.
Good to see you.
How about that? Where's your wallet?
Let's
Let's go build fence, baby. Y'all came all the way out here just to be on the Stoney Ridge Farm Channel, didn't you?
That's right. That was one of the main reasons.
Super fans right here. Didn't even know.
Yep,
That's-
from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Rico.
Awesome. Good to have you guys. Awesome. Sir, are you judging today?
I am, sir. How are you? Good morning.
Great. Doing great. Don't be so judgmental. Tell me your name and your fence company.
Dylan Herndon Farm and Land Service.
Herndon Farm and Land Service out of Georgia, right?
Yes, sir.
Right on, brother. All the way from New Zealand. Wrestle barbed wire.
All the way from Hawke's Bay, mate. Hey, Hawke's Bay, New Zealand.
Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. All right, guys, I hope you're enjoying the fence building competition. I want to show you some cool stuff. We've met Roy before. You've seen him on my farm. Our fence on the farm, our wood fence, is stained with Wood Defender. Do you call it stained?
Yes, sir. It's a
Okay.
stain and sealer all in one.
Gotcha, gotcha. It's a little breezy out here. So this is a trailer that's behind us, and Roy and Wood Defender have basically a contractor setup that you guys have training seminars for contractors. You can set them up with a trailer like this so you can go out and make a living staining fence
Absolutely.
and decks and stuff like that.
Turnkey business for the contractor. We put on a monthly training class at our headquarters in Dallas-Fort Worth area. Once a month, we have people come from all over the country. We put on 11 training classes a year, and this year's actually our 20-year anniversary of our Wood Defender training class.
That
One
is
day,
awesome.
One day at our Wood Defender training class, the contractor can learn everything they need to add it to their current business plan if they're already in the industry, or if they're a new business starting up, or somebody looking for a side hustle.
Yeah, a turnkey business.
Turnkey business in a box. We can teach them everything they need to know about how to add this to their business or start up a new business.
So he just showed about 50 or 60 different people this business, and they're all over here drooling because it's good money. You can make good money staining fence. I
Very
don't know
profitable.
what it is typically by the hour, by the square foot, depending on the type of fence, right?
Yeah, all of our contractors usually bid by the linear foot on the farm and ranch industry or
Okay.
by the square foot on the residential industry.
Gotcha. And what you guys are seeing right now over is the residential fence. It's a privacy fence, dog ear fence, typically like something you would see. I think a wood fence looks much better than a vinyl fence, even though maybe a vinyl fence might last longer, but it still stains. It looks, a wood fence just has a classic look to it, especially a Kentucky 4-board fence like we have on our farm.
Well, as long as you keep up your maintenance on your fence and you stain and seal it about every 3 to 6 years, you can almost have a lifetime fence. And we're seeing that a lot in our area in Texas,
Yeah.
where people are using galvanized steel posts for privacy fences.
Yep.
And if you're protecting everything above the ground and you're coming in there every 3 to 6 years, the contractor can build a fence and seal and protect a fence and make it last almost a lifetime.
Nice, nice. So inside here, we're gonna open this trailer up a little bit so you guys can see. This is your full-on contractor setup. Is this the Mac Daddy trailer setup that you guys have?
This is what we call our turnkey business in a box.
Okay.
Our ST250 Pro package. We build equipment all the way from the small portable 12-volt systems all the way up to this Jewel. With
Okay.
this one, you have our ST250, which is our main spray machine.
Yep.
You got a 300-foot hose reel, 250-gallon tanks. Even if you have your top two colors loaded here and somebody wants some charcoal gray, you can draw it directly on a siphon assembly.
Oh, nice.
The side tank reservoir, this is for cleaning fences. A lot of people neglect their fences. They let them turn gray.
Yeah.
And
I was gonna
so
ask
you
about
can
that.
you can come in there, use a little bleach water solution, combat the mold and mildew, turn it white, and then come back and hit it with a coat of stain. You got dual 300-foot hose reels. The top one's for the cleaning. The bottom one is for the stain. The stain that's actually in this tank has been stored in this unit right here for over 2 years. This is our training demonstration trailer.
Gotcha.
So we use it for events like this. And all we do is when we need more stain, we open a bucket, we pour it in.
Gotcha. You don't have to dilute it. It can go right through a sprayer.
It's ready to spray the way it comes.
And you can go through a pump sprayer, a backpack pump sprayer too.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have big fancy equipment, you can go through the backpack pump sprayer. And if it's a backpack pump sprayer, it does need to be chemically rated. Is that correct?
Yes,
If you
as
want it
long
to
as
last.
you just want to make sure that it's got chemically rated seals on it. So we like the
Gotcha.
Viton seals.
So gone are the days of spraying your fence with poison like burnt motor oil, like a lot of farmers do, and then you have to smell stinky, stinky burnt motor oil. This stuff really smells fresh. It smells like a new house almost. So,
And it's actually designed for this purpose as well.
right, that's awesome. So deep penetration into the wood. You really put it on heavy. It'll never run.
You want it to run.
Okay, so spray it on
Because
so
what that's
thick it
doing
runs.
is that's telling you the wood's saturated.
Okay.
And it's taken all of the stain that it can take. And if you saturate the surface, it's going to last. Actually, we put a warranty on everything.
Nice.
Our semi-transparent carries a 3-year warranty, lasts 3 to 6.
Okay.
Your transparent carries a 2-year warranty, lasts 2 to 4. So if you saturate that surface where it starts to run, they're all going to level out. You will not see any drips, runs, or lap marks.
Nice.
So it's going to go from the warranty period up to double warranty.
Sweet. Well, good to see you this time, Roy.
Thank
We
you,
see
Josh.
Roy
Good
about
seeing you
every
again.
year. Roy's been to the house. Awesome stuff. Yeah, thanks, man.
And
Just
I hear
can't
we
beat
got
quality.
a deck we need to take care of up there as well.
Yeah, my deck's about to rot off the back of the house if I don't put something on it. It's growing mushrooms, though. They're really yummy. Thanks, man. Let's go build fence. Guys, this is Tony Thornton Fence Consulting. Is that right?
That's correct.
Teaches
That's
people
correct.
how to build their fence business a little bit better.
I won't teach you how to build a fence, but I'll teach you how to run your company.
Tony's a good guy. Lots of good people here. So
Outstanding.
Tony gave a talk yesterday.
Yep.
And is always out there, an open book, literally an open book. He's got his own book.
7 strategies for the professional fence contractor.
Nice. We'll put a link down there for you guys in case you want to be a fence contractor. Guys, this is called a stretcher bar right here. This will hook and pull the wire tight. Part of the spec here is that you have to have a splice. And this is a figure-8 knot right here. It's not tight yet. That's a figure-8 knot, and there has to be a splice in each one of these. This is a completed splice. We'll go over there and take a look at that real quick so you guys can see it. We're approximately 2 hours and 10 minutes into this 3-hour competition. It's Leslie's birthday. Everybody, I want to get 5,000 happy birthdays for Leslie. This is Luke Gibson with Farm Fence Solutions. This is Leslie Gibson with Farm Fence Solutions. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Woo! This sandwiches the wire in between and pulls tight with this chain strainer right here. The strain right chain strainer. 2 strainers on there, ratcheted tight. So we saw the splice over here that wasn't quite complete. This is the complete splice. All the way down, needs to be even all the way down through here. This is a 12-inch gap. The gap on the original wire needs to be the same as the gap where the knot is, right there, where the splice is, all the way down. There are different types of knots in fencing wire. This is called a fixed knot. You can also see there's an electrified wire that goes right down through here. It's attached to the post with those strain right pigtails. We're down here tying termination knot on the end of this barbed wire section. Just barely blood, just a little bit of blood. So he strips the barbs off of the barbed wire right there and he ties the termination knot. Very interesting. These are all termination knots. When you get done tying those termination knots, you should look from the top of the post and be able to look through the eye of the termination knot. All the way straight down through there. Super important for it to have a nice fit and finish. This is called a chamfer on the top of the post right here. It's where it's rounded off right there. It's beautifully finished termination knot. So these are termination knots also, guys. Just tying them all off. It's really difficult as you get into tighter spaces like this. How's your day going, man?
Oh, not too bad.
Yeah, getting her done?
Yeah, trying to.
Tell me your name and your fence company.
I'm Dylan. I'm running and contracting out of Oklahoma. We travel the whole state, and you know, we usually don't do this kind of stuff.
Yep.
It's usually all welded. So
yep, welded pipe fence.
This is a great learning experience for me.
Nice, nice. So when we do a pipe fence competition, you guys are top notch.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we'll take home the gold on that one.
Nice.
Yep.
Awesome, awesome.
So.
And your partner there, is that
that's Cody.
Cody? Let's go see. We'll just go see Cody.
Yeah.
Cody, tell us about you and your fence company, buddy.
I work for Luke Gibson.
You work for Luke Gibson.
Farm Fence Solutions.
That's why he's digging that straight hole right there.
Yeah.
Luke make you dig by hand all the time?
Yeah, he says it builds character.
How's that staple taste in there?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me your name, where you're from, your fence company.
Wayne Hammond, work for Front Row Fencing from England.
Yep. And you're a Midlander.
Thereabouts.
Yeah?
East Coast.
East Coast,
But
Midlander.
in the middle of the country.
All right, awesome. We got New Zealand and we got England representation and America. So what you guys need to know about building fences like this and going into a fencing competition like this is that experience is on your side. So no matter if you have experience building an agricultural fence like this or not, having that experience of competing like this is super, super important. You learn so much about your capabilities, the capabilities of your partner, and how to work together as a team when you're timed like this, and also when you're being judged on your quality. So super important, guys. These are some of the best fence builders in the world here at Farm Fence Solutions. I encourage you all to try and come to this event next year if you possibly can. It's typically the first week in October. You can go to farmfencesolutions.com and find out a little bit more about it. You don't have to be a fence builder to be here. The food is great, everything's great, the camaraderie is great, good for business, and educational, super educational. Guys, I've got Hugh with me again. If you watch day one, you'll know Hugh from day two. Hugh is with Strainwright Fencing Systems in
From New Zealand.
and Hugh is one of the main judges of what we have here behind us. So this is day two of the fencing forum and the fencing competition. This is doubles with equipment, right?
Yep, that's
Okay.
right.
So we're going to walk over the winners circle with you, and we're actually going to take a look at a few things on the other fencing that just weren't quite meeting the mark. And there's a spec that we have to meet. We're not here to pick on anybody. We're not here to shame anybody. Every fence here is a quality fence.
It is.
Gotcha. So as we work through this, we'll walk you through the judging criteria, and we'll show you a beautiful fence, really. This American timber and steel, the timber just looks great, doesn't it?
Timber's amazing. I wish we could have timber like that at home.
Yeah?
Like it's just so even. You could judge for plumb on front or back.
Nice.
It's that even, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to go down here to the end, and we'll have Hugh kind of walk us through it a little bit.
Okay, well, this is the end assembly, strainer post, where the wires are all terminated. So we're looking at nice even termination knots. And you look down here, and these ones, they're all the same distance out.
Nice.
And they've got them all looking.
So when you look
all
straight
looking
down, it should be like looking through the eye of a needle right there, threading the eye of a needle, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, so
And then
we also have bracing, yeah?
the way this rance brace is fitted, it's got a good tight fit. It's just about like a cabinet maker does this, how they get it looking so good. And that's been planed to get the chainsaw marks out, and it should be all even around there.
Nice. And what we're looking at here is called a bullnose insulator. We're supposed to be about 5 inches off the post, right?
Yeah, that's
With
right.
6 tight
With
wraps.
6 tight wraps.
Beautiful tight wraps. And let's talk about knot tying with barbed wire. Look at this. This is a doubled up wire right here. Tell me about that a little bit. That's difficult to tie, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You just got to bring the 2 wires round, and it never looks as nice as these plain wire ones, but they've done a good job of that there.
Gotcha. So the spec here is a plain wire up top, along with the net wire, which you see right here, and then a plain wire down at the bottom right there. And those are all the way through to the end. Then a barbed wire 2 inches off the top of the post with a chamfer about 3/4 of an inch, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
that's right.
so that looks really, really good. Nice and neat. You can see the post is a little busted up here, but that's from the driver hitting it.
Yeah, from pounding in on that chamfer, just tidies that up
Nice.
by putting that on.
Nice. Well, let's walk on up here, and we've got a block in the ground here. Tell me about that.
Yeah, that's called a stay block, and we've used a half round here, so you have the flat side against the soil, and get a nice tight fit in there, and the stay should be in the centre of the stay block in
Gotcha.
both directions.
So the weight's evenly distributed. It won't walk that way
Yep.
or that way. And we're, what, 6 inches below grade here?
Yeah, minimum of 6 inches down.
Gotcha,
Yep.
gotcha. And that will be subgrade. It will be buried up, and it should last for quite some time. Is that correct?
Yeah, it will do, and they just have to leave them open for judging purposes.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. As we keep on walking down through here, you can see the staples that are in each post right here. You can see this staple that's not a hard staple. It's loose from the post, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, these staples, we're looking for them all been even, so angled a bit, and down the centre of the post.
Yeah.
And those are angled like the same all the way down.
Very, very nice. And you guys will also notice on the other side of the fence here, we have a Strainwright pigtail right here. And tell me about that, Hugh, a little bit about this wire.
We call that an offset or an outrigger. So that's a pigtail outrigger that sets it off the fence by 6 inches off the back of the post.
And that'll be electrified. That's to keep the livestock off of the fence in a
Keep the
high
stock off
pressure
the
area?
fence. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, there's something else that we're looking at right here where the transition is from the bottom of this hill. So there's a dip here, and there's a heaving force that pushes up on the post. under the ground subgrade, what do we have here, Hugh?
We've got what we call a swinging foot, so there's a bit of wood on the end of that wire, and
Yep.
then that's strained up. Like they put as much pressure on as they can, and then staple it off. So that just stops any lift on that post. So it's going to keep it in there.
In the ground there.
In
And
the-
this
in the
this
ground.
also is, so there are two of them that are strained up with a foot, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's the post placement that this
most
fence that
important.
one, they've got that right, where
Gotcha.
they've come through the dips and over the rise up there.
So tell me, as we look across here, we don't see this. We see two posts here, and the post placement's in the right place. But as we look across here, everyone did it a little bit different. But you were saying this is the winner, and they did it right.
Yeah, this is the one that got it right.
Gotcha. Well, as we keep on walking up the hill here, it's quite the hill. It's hard to show on camera, but there is quite the hill here. Anything you see that you want to point out, Hugh? We're happy to
No, I
take a
think
look.
just when we get back up to the top here, how they've come over here with the two posts, which are the only ones to do that again.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay,
And-
so we see this transition. Each one of these guys have only one post. This is the transition for the downhill, and you got to think we have a heaving force downward. Is that right?
Yeah, there is. And also, the way it comes over there, they put two posts in to get the wire off. Like the wire on some of those other fences is actually right down on the ground.
Right, and this one is meeting the spec. You can just about get your toe underneath that fence wire right there, where these are gouged into the ground.
Yep.
Nice. And I guess up top here, we'll see a little bit more. All this needs to be a certain tension too. Is there a tension that this
Yeah,
must
it's
be?
hard to tension on barb and that, but we actually, with the wire netting, you've got to pull on each wire to make
Okay.
sure they're all even, and sometimes if they're not, that you can feel that one of them isn't as tight.
Gotcha. And as we round this corner, what do we have here?
That's a corner post or an angle post, and it's been held in position with the breastplate there, which is again a half round, but not dug in quite as deep. It's only dug in 2 inches. That if you put it in too deep, it gets purchase on it and it'll can pull over. So
Okay.
you try and get that closer to the surface.
Nice. So we've got a larger post right here on this turn. So the fence turns right here, goes around a corner and goes that way. And you have that, do you call it a breastplate? Is that what you call that? Or what do you call
Breastplate, breast block.
that? Breast block, breastplate. Underneath subgrade right there. Is that attached to the post with the fastener, or is that just underground?
No,
up
it doesn't
against
need to attach the pressure, it just holds it there. It's
Okay.
important that it's dug in correctly, and they've done a good job of that.
Gotcha. So over time, this post would tend to lean in that way, but with the breastplate or breast block right there, it stops that post from leaning in.
Yeah, it does.
Nice. Let's cruise on back here to the end. We're almost done here. You don't see, well, pretty much everybody did a breastplate or breast block, right?
It was part of the spec.
Okay.
What they've done, they've all built the fence out of the same materials with the same spec.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
that makes it way easier to judge.
Nice. So back down here with this brace, tell me a little bit about that again. That's
Again, that's that half round stay block in the bottom there
okay.
with a nice tight fit.
Nice. And then the
Then
fit and
comes
finish
into-
down here is really, really nice here.
Yep, again, it's the same as the other end. Like,
Gotcha.
I can't see a fault looking at that one there.
And this is a strain right ratchet strainer.
It's an insule
Right.
clip.
Okay,
an
insule
insulated
clip.
wire strainer.
Okay,
Yep.
nice. I didn't even know they made those. That's really nice. It just takes one thing and it takes two things and makes one thing out of it, basically.
That's it.
Very cool. Very, very cool. So on our fence at home, we've got, I think it's the XT40. Is that what it's called?
XT1.
XT1.
Yeah.
XT1 ratchet strainer, but I've never seen one on a bullnose like that. That's really, really cool. Now we've got a gate. Tell us about the spec on this gate.
Now the gate had to be hung so the top rail was level with the top of the strainer post.
Okay.
It needs to swing around without binding.
Okay. So
And you
all
need-
the way around.
Comes all the way around, and you need to get the maximum
Yeah.
width of the gate.
Gotcha.
So you've got to get these just off the 45, which they've drawn it, and you just put it on the fence side of the 45-degree angle.
Gotcha.
And when it slams around here, it's
It needs
about
some-
the thickness of that pipe should
where it
hit
needs
on the
to match
post.
up. So you bring livestock, this is a walk-through gate, it's all the above.
Yep.
Very simple. Now you were saying we can walk over here and take a look at
Okay.
just one other gate, just to show you guys the difference in the attention to detail when it comes to the spec right here. So show us this gate, Hugh.
So this gate, they put in that latch post
Yep.
way too close. So this bit here should be on the edge of it over
So
there.
a guy's not getting the full opening of the gate. right here. So
Yep.
you basically you cut yourself out of 2 inches of the gate.
You pay for a gate, you want to use as much of it as you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Hugh, thank you once
Right.
again.
Thank you.
Appreciate all this. So much learning, guys. Please comment down there. Let us know what you think. This was day 2 of the Farm Fencing Forum. We'll be building fence on the Stoney Ridge Farm very soon, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. I hope you like this kind of stuff. If you're a fence builder, please post comments down there, and we'd love to have you here at the Farm Fence Forum next year. It's typically the first week in October every year here, so go to farmfencesolutions.com, check it out. Big thanks to Strainright, ProTech Machinery,
It's a pleasure.
everybody here. It's been a great time, guys. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge. Woo! Woo!
Well, come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge.
Is the finale. Hugh, I've got Hugh. As we freaking gum. That's where it's rounded off right there. And this is chewing gum in my hand. How you feeling? You sore today?
Oh, a little bit, not
Yeah?
too bad. Tough day yesterday.
Tough day, and then the chair shut down underneath you too.
Yep. So it's not just me getting fat. It's
No,
just
it's bad
it's
chairs.
the chairs. It's the chairs.
All day long, he's popping his collar, popping his collar. Coach Judge Sludge Slupper. This is Ryan Gray, Cowboy Construction. I am a man of constant sorrow and of constant cameras. Behind the scenes, camera going here, and the drone's in the air over there. Who's flying the drone? That's Abraham Lincoln, guys. Yeah.